We in the club on time, it's a pop on. Shady Aftermath.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go, set, check go.
From the 21. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
Tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
10 for 11. 60 Bobcat, go.
On 3rd down, Purdy. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Good opening drive to this point. They've got another 1st down at the 34. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
Let's go.
Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Still inches to go on 3rd down.
Ready.
On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. Space to the left. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
So all they needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted. Just stopping the quick pass, became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. McCaffrey. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a yard that time, and now it's second and goal from the 1. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Fields out of the gun. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurry throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Another throw for Fields. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers take a 13-0 lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. On his Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. West right there.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Able to hit Hall, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw for Fields. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. Down to the 10. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets lower the deficit to a single possession. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Point after converted by Zuerlein. And the Jets chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Chooses to bring this one out. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Purdy on first down. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Draw play. This is McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun is Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down.
Let's go now.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 13-point lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Don't jump, ready? Angel. Right.
Looking to throw Fields. That's complete to Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off Kendall Fuller. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
That throw finds Kittle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
Let's go.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
First 35. Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Jump spirit. Go. Alpha.
Fields throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Give him 24 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
We got a mini base. Why not? Here we go, son.
Fields looking to throw. Steve. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Another try following the sack. Looking for a target. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with third and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and have to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the 49ers will go on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, McCaffrey. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Going run again with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers hoping to grow their lead before halftime. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Putting a receiver in motion. Complete to Pearsall. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
They start the drive with Hall. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. On target to his man Taylor. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Here we go. EQ. Out, let's go. Go.
Throwing from the gun here. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. Wilson's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here we go. Good. Hey, Jared. Tonight.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense and looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Here we go, son.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second down now, 7 to go. This time they'll keep it on the ground. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Jared. Hey, never mind. Monday. Right.
Here's Fields to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
No mas. Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Now Fields. That one's complete, right side. Give him 32 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. And you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
He's got a man left. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Bernardo Green with that tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Fields now, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. Shotgun snap to Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
3rd and long for him here. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. They connect on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense. They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
They stick with McCaffrey. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with.
Let's go.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. 4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rule starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Tonight.
Fields out of the gun. Taylor makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Angel.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Only one quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's Jets football, and they're probably ready to just get this final quarter over with. Fourth and forever coming up.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Taking a deep shot here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Diamador Lenore. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Ready, go!
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Handoff now to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I can hear it now, Kate, before it even comes out of my mouth when I say anybody but a receiver or corner is the best athlete on the field. But I'm starting to really feel like these DNs in today's NFL game are the best athletes. And when you watch one chase down a play like that for negative yards, well, I'll make my case and I'll stand on that opinion.
And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. You got a mini base. Is that all right?
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Able to hit home, complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 38. Has him on the quick hitter. Rolling into enemy territory. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First down throw for Fields. Dump off caught by his back.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
Ready? Right.
Another throw for Fields. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and short.
Easy. Here we go. Right.
Looking to throw Fields. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They toss to McCaffrey, running left. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A 2-yard loss.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers looking like they'll start this season with a win. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Trying for the deep ball. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. He picks up 16 on the good return. And the Jets offense will take over inside of enemy territory. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go.
Motioning him from the slot right.
Right.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. The linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Extend. Side.
Fields to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Now it's Fields. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
This is Corley working the left side. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Jets take their first time out. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Blitz coming here. Fields. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Here we go.
Fields looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. Second down coming up.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Good. You got to meet. Up. Angel. All right.
Fields throwing here. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. Has it in close. Touchdown, New York. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the 49ers are able to cover the kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.
broken glass of a bottle makes a jagged rock. Right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this.
Hello, my name's Jason.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so